Say, right, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash. We say them as a person, as a great Muslim rule, that rule will teach us our personal truth. And we teach our teachers, so they are can say push you on truth and sincerity day in and day out, and constantly in season and season. We say Shalom. And once again, good into our video here. And it's basically touching upon faith this morning and how important it is to have faith. You know, when you're watching news, you read some of the things, even the things that you may be going through in your life, you know, you have to have faith in the Lord. Right? You have to have faith. So let me start with the scripture. It's the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 25, verse 12. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. So it's such an important thing to have faith, because if you have faith, as it says, faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Because when you have faith, when you have belief in something, that is when you do the things that whatever it is you have faith in, or whoever it is you have faith in, right? You will start to do the things that they say to do. You will start to follow. You start to believe, right? Start to believe. And you could see it with these people outside there, because they are what? They are faithless. Even though they profess that they have faith in the Lord, you could see it by what? By the works. You could see that they don't cleave unto the Lord. So that is why the scripture says the fear of the Lord is the beginning of his love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Because as I say, with that faith, right? With that faith, you start to believe, you start to follow, right? You start to do the things that you're supposed to do, right? And as I say, you can see it with those that don't believe. You can see that with them that don't have that faith in Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. You can see that what? You can see them not cleaving unto the Lord. Because why? They don't have that faith. So it's such an important thing to have faith. Right, to have faith. That way, it's a faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. When that faith comes, when you have that faith in the Lord, you start to do the things, go and do the works, do the videos, start to do everything that you're supposed to do for the Lord. Right? That way, it's a beginning of cleaving unto him. You can see, you just see it, right? This is your example. You just see it with these people outside there. When they have faith in the work, right, or they have faith in something outside there, you see how they just move, you know. When they have faith in the work, when they have faith in somebody, you can see how they start to operate. They start to do the things the person say. They start to pay attention. They start to, you know, you see the whole mindset change. You see the whole attitude, the way how they move, it has changed, right? So that's why when you have faith in the Lord, you see even you yourself change, because you know because you want to cleave more to the Lord. Right? So he started to do the things that the Lord said to do. And that is cleaving. Right? So he said faith is the beginning of cleaving unto him. Because without that faith, you're not going to cleave unto the Lord. Without faith in anything, you're not going and cleave unto that. You have to have that faith. Such an important thing. Because when you're on the streets, right? When you're in the streets and someone, you know, you might bounce up, so people will come and tell you, but I have faith in the Lord. You could literally watch them and see that they don't have that faith, because they don't cleave unto him. They don't do the things they say. And when you do tell them to do the things they say, there's more like, you know, their excuses might be that white man book, you know, the Lord, or they might say, the Lord never say that, right? That is where it is we getting from these people outside there, because they don't have that faith, right? They don't have that faith, right? But going to our next scripture now. Right. This is the one here. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 36, and verse 16. It says, reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. So as you can see, let thy prophets be found faithful. Right. So it's okay. Sorry. So it says, reward them that wait for thee. Because at the end of the day, if you had that faith, you would wait for the Lord. I'd say they cleave unto him, right? So it says, reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful, and let thy prophets be found faithful. Right? Such an important thing. Faith is a very important thing. Right? You just see it. And again, examples is like these 2/3. They don't have that faith. They might have They might have belief, they might have faith in something else, and you could see how they just operate to whatever it is they are faith in. And when that faith fail, you could see how they just activate, right? But as I say, let thy prophets be found faithful, because we are to be what? We are to be found faithful. We are to be faithful unto what? Unto death, right? Unto death. That is to show you how strong his faith is supposed to be, right? So our next scripture I wanted to bring in. Was it this one way? Yeah, I'm bring this as an example. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 46, verse 13. It says, Samuel, the prophet of the Lord, beloved of his Lord, established a kingdom and anointed princes over his people, right? Anointed princes over his people. By the law of the Lord, he judged the congregation, and the Lord had respect unto Jacob. It said, by his faithfulness, he was found a true prophet. By his faithfulness, he was found a true prophet. And we know read before. Let his prophets be what? Faithful, right? And I say, and by his word, he was known to be faithful in vision, right? So again, it goes to show that, hey, even if they call yourself a prophet, you have to have that faith. You must be faithful, right? Must be faithful. Right, so that I went straight back now to what? When I started the first scripture is what? To cleave unto the Lord, you must have that what? That faith. Right? It said, by his faithfulness he was found a true prophet, and by his word he was known to be faithful in vision. He called upon the mighty Lord when his enemies pressed upon him on every side, when he offered the sucking lamb, and the Lord thundered from heaven, and with a great noise made his voice to be heard. Right? Let's say, and he destroyed the rulers of the Tyrians and the princes of the Philistines, right? And before his long sleep, he made protestations, right? Protestations. Sorry if I take a little word to pronounce that. It's a protestations in the sight of the Lord. And on his anointed I have not taken any man's goods, so much as a shoe, and no man did accuse him. And after his death he prophesied and showed the king his end, and lifted up his voice from the earth in prophecy to blot out the wickedness of the people. Right? So again, going back to verse 15, it says what? By his faithfulness he was found a true prophet, and by his word he was known to be faithful in vision. So again, showing you how you have to faith, showing you have to be faithful, right? Faith, being faithful. Your work, so all these things are very important, right? So let's do think that you not have that faith, and you feel you can follow the Lord. It wouldn't make sense, because you see that with some of these other guys, or some of these, just to bring up a situation. It was the woman or the man in IUIC who went and take the job, right? Went and take the job, and when they take the job, they see like the spirit left them, right? And that is not having faith, because if you had faith, you would not take that, because you know the Lord would have do what? The Lord would have find a way for you, whatever problem it is you're going through, because we know where to go through stuff, but again, they don't have that faith, and they are not faithful, and that is what being faithful come in. Okay, if you're faithful unto the Lord, they wouldn't go and take these things, because now when the MOTB come, right, and they have to implement that thing into your skin, what is he going to do? If you're not faithful, or if you don't have the faith in the Lord, you're going to take it, right? So it goes to show how important it is to have faith, and how important it is to be faithful, right? So with that, we give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem HaKadosh. We say that when apostles and elders agree with us, and the ruler teaches our apostles in truth, and we say salutations of the Achaman to the push with truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season and season, we say Shalom.